It's Friday night in Concho, Arizona, and we're just gonna have a little Friday night chat. What the heck? Not sure what I want to chat about really, but we'll just head off on it. Um, I often wonder out there in the world if you've had these experiences yourself where your uh, supposed friends and family and even coworkers and even bosses who have gone out of their way to make your life difficult, to cause you hindrances, to throw blockages in your way, um, and just general mayhem in your life. I've personally experienced this on all fronts, and I do mean all fronts. I currently believe that I have an ex boss, at least one, if not two, that are sending the evil eye to me, that talk shit about me nonstop. One of them is an absolute drunk. There's nothing about him that's at all appealing as far as I'm concerned, and I'm kind of surprised that she's even still there, to be honest with you. 9 times out of 10 in my situation, they always have a wife. Usually a wife that takes a shining to me. And there's usually a friendship that develops. This is generally not overly sexual. It doesn't become sexual, anything like that, or hasn't to this point in life. But there's always a jealousy aspect that has to come in, and this isn't even in a couple situation. I've experienced so many times in my life that somebody that I work with um,
I
can't.
didn't understand that.
Yeah, well, we're not asking you, are we? Now stop eavesdropping. But you, people that I work with, you would do a good job at what you're doing, and they were doing a half-ass, lazy-ass job, and suddenly you're the enemy because you've come in and now you're doing what you've been asked to do. You're doing generally the routine that your employer has told you you should be doing or taught you to be doing. And these people set about to make your life difficult the whole time. They'll go behind your back. They'll talk shit. They'll make up lies. They'll tell stories. They will hear something. And hear something just means that on a back aisle somewhere, they've had a conversation with somebody else who thinks they've heard something. So now you're going to get, you know, I heard this about that person, and that person is going to say, "Well, that oh boy, that's juicy." Yeah, and then they're going to go down the aisle and they will run into another person down there and they say, "Well, I don't know if I should say anything, but I heard this about that person." This is extremely common in the workplace. At least it has been in my life, that people begin to sabotage you by saying horrible things, and they're usually pretty horrible things. It's not like they say, "Well, I heard that they like McDonald's." That's not the kind of thing that they're saying. They're saying, "I heard that they're a pedophile. I heard that they're a cheater. I've heard that they're a Don Juan. You know, they got a lover here and a lover there. I've heard they love them and leave them. I've heard they're a heartbreaker." Uh, all of those things, and probably a bajillion more, come about from these people. This is jealousy. Jealousy is probably the emotion right now that I hate the most. Jealousy and victimhood. Victimhood. Everybody's out to get me is a victimhood. Now, some people, there's actual people that are out to get them. I'm talking about the people who just assume that you're attacking them if you come at them with even a corrective suggestion. You know, maybe you shouldn't tie your shoe that way. Well, what do you mean? What do you mean? You've always tied your shoe that way. You see, throw it back on you. That's a victim who suffers from narcissism, is what it is. Because they're going to deflect and they're going to throw it back on you. It's always going to be you. You know, you'll say, well, I don't think that I'd wear those shoes with that pants, with those pants. And they're going to say, well, how come you overspent money in 1965? They're going to pull something totally irrelevant out of the past, throw it up, put it in your face, and that is your signal to stop talking. You say, what's that got to do with anything? Well, I'm just saying. See, I get angry when I even start to think about these kind of things. But this goes on constantly. I've got friends who tell me they're my friends, who turn around and talk absolute shit about me. Everything that comes out of their mouth when I'm not in the room is shit. It's lies, it's dripping with cynicism, it's shit. But when you're in the room, man, they will make you a sandwich. Yep, they love you, they laugh at your jokes, they're going to have a good time, you probably have a great talk, you'll think, wow, you know, I really enjoy this person's company. But what they're doing the minute you walk out the door is trash talking. I've got relatives that like to do that. They thrive on trash talking. They watch everybody in the family so they can trash talk. That's just the way it is. They're just trash talkers. They got nothing good to say. They're never going to say anything good. These are the type of people, when you go to visit them, you sit down and they say, oh, yeah. You say, well, I saw cousin so-and-so the other day. And they're going to immediately go into a story about what a shithole that cousin is. Not have a discussion about, oh, well, that's wonderful. How were they? No, they don't want to know that. They're just going to go straight to what a pile of shit that person is. This is part of the reason that I finally get to the point, at least personally, where I end up, people suck. People just suck. People suck. And it's great that we have awareness, and it's great that we know why they suck. Why do they suck? Because their parents sucked. Because they were taught this shit from a parent, you know. And generally, it's a parent they love to death, you know. They're the type of parent, they're going to put their picture on Facebook all the time and say how much they love their mama or their dada. But the reality is that person was a narcissist, or that person taught them shit, or that person lived in a victim mentality and taught that victim mentality the next person down under the line. And these things are what I consider to be family curses. These are passed down, and they're constantly passed forward. Why? Because nobody wants to take responsibility. Nobody wants to point at mom or dad and say they had an issue. I don't need to carry that issue forward to my children. They had an issue. Nobody wants to do that. And when something happens, we've got to have years of fucking drama over that. Just years of drama. Holding grudges. Holding grudges. Trying to destroy people. Why? You know, I've had exes that are literally trying to destroy me. Now, why would they do that? They're the ones that wanted to get divorced. They're the ones that wanted to break up. They're the ones that told you not to come home. But now they're going to spend the rest of their life stalking you and talking shit about you and sending you the evil eye. Makes no sense, does it? Why? Because we've got victim mentality. Victim mentality. Victim mentality and jealousy. Victim mentality and jealousy. You finally get your shit together, you're out there, you meet somebody, you got that person, they're beautiful, they're wonderful, and you start to live a great life, and they start sending you the evil eye because they're jealous. these are horrible things, and they're negative things. But to me, it's not appropriate to go through life with a basket of flowers in my arms, skipping along the trail, ignoring the fact that people suck. And that's what I just don't want to. I hate to even have to bring it up. But I think that some people might think that this only happens to them, and it's not just you. It's me too. It's me too. I've got a ton of followers on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and even here at YouTube. And I have what appears to be a certain amount of success. But they still, that just makes them want to hate you more because you accomplish things. This kind of life, living this kind of life, and for those of you out there that have a spouse who you're actually married to at this point who is like this, what the hell? What the hell? Why would you stay with that? Why would you raise your children under that? Well, because you don't give a fuck about your children. And that's what it really comes down to. You don't give a fuck about your children. You don't give a fuck about yourself. You just concerned, I've got a nice warm house to come home to. There's food in the refrigerator and everything's taken care of. It doesn't matter that he comes home, gets fucking drunk, and starts cursing, screaming at the kids, doing all kinds of nasty shit. Then falls asleep and the next morning can't remember what a fucker he was and thinks everything's okay. How do I know that? I've been there. I've been there. But you can't stay with a person like that. And I'm saying that having been a person like that at one point in my life. You don't stay with that person. You break it. You call it quits. Well, yeah, but I love him. No. That's not love. That is not love. That's codependency. And this is the next giant elephant in the room. Love. I think 98% of the human population doesn't even know what love feels like. I think they're confusing it with codependency or lust for the most part. But love, when you look at somebody and you just want the best for them. You don't want to control the outcome for them. You just want the best for them. The meme today that was posted was, I think it was today, either today or yesterday, about my best friend is the one who truly wishes me well. They wish me well. When's the last time somebody turned to you that you consider to be a friend and says, you know what, I hope everything turns out wonderful for you. I hope you win the lottery. I hope you have a successful business. I hope that you succeed in everything that you do. When's the last time a friend told you that? I mean, that's the question here, right? Let's pull a card. I like to play with tarot, and we're not going to bore you to death with that or scare everybody with their devil cards, because they're really just cardboard with pictures on them. The Hierophant. This is a teacher. This is a wise person. This is an institution. So we've got the Hierophant to come out there first. And the devil. So we got the Hierophant, this teacher, teaching about the devil energy. What is the devil energy? The devil energy is codependency. The devil card on it has two people who are chained to the devil, right? There's some sort of bondage going on here with this card. We're talking about bondage, the Hierophant, the teacher. That's what we're doing right now. The cards are literally flipping out what we're doing right now, which is talking about the devil, the energy, the devil energy. Let's get another card. The Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords. This is an air sign. This is an air sign. Could be a Aquarius. Could be a Gemini. Could be a widow. Who knows what it is? But we've got the Queen of Swords, a no bullshit kind of person there. And then we've got the Six of Swords, which is moving to calmer waters, right? So we've got communication here about the devil with the Queen of Swords that's listening, and we're moving to calmer waters. Excuse me. These are things that we tend to go through in our life all the time, probably most of our life. We never thought anything of it. We just thought, well, you know, that person's kind of a bitch. Or that kind of person's kind of an asshole. We've got the Strength and the Nine of Swords, right? This is a dark night of the soul. This is, you know, really considering. This is transformational. When you get the Nine of Swords in a reading, it's transformational. It's not transformational as the Death card. The Death card could usually follow. But this is paired with the Strength card. So this Nine of Swords, which is a dark night of the soul, is going to bring strength. So you'll be laying awake tonight thinking about what you've heard. And it's going to bring strength. Alright, let's go one more card here. Refusing conflict with the family. We've got the Four of Cups, the Five of Wands, and the Ten of Cups. So this dark night of the soul is going to get to a point where we just don't have any constitution left for conflict with the family. And let me tell you, you may think that you're on top with the family. You're not on top with the family. They've been stabbing everybody in the back for as long as I can remember. We got the Knight of Cups, we got the Hermit, and we got the Tower. Alright, this is Hermit mode. Me sitting in this motorhome on a piece of property in northern Arizona. That's Hermit mode. Nobody here but me. The Knight of Cups is a emotional based action being taken. It's bringing about a tower. A tower is a complete destruction, leaving room for plenty of new. We've got the Ten of Swords, we've got the Two of Cups, we've got the Two of Wands, we've got the Knight of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck there, and the Emperor, an Aries. An Aries who's coming along slowly, right? Resistant, very resistant here. Making a choice, though. Thinking about some sort of partnership idea. But, you know, when you get the Knight of Pentacles, that is the slowest card in the deck. When somebody's in the Knight of Pentacles, it is about money and finances and materialism. But it's very slow. It's called the steady but sure. Steady but sure wins the race. Remember, that's what they all say. That's some sort of bullshit that we were taught. Steady but sure wins the race. Sometimes that thing is so slow that the other cards, the Knight of Cups and the Knight of Swords, are a hell of a lot faster. They're way ahead of the game. They're back there stuck in that Knight of Pentacles, which is slow. Anyway, I hope people can begin to recognize these kind of issues with people that are around them. If you think somebody's your enemy, I'm pretty sure that they are. And if you think that they talk about you when you're not in the room, I'm pretty sure they probably do. These things have gone on for years now with me, and it's not just years. I mean, it's gone on since I was a kid. The jealousy having to taunt me and call me names, ostracize me from the group, all of those things. For what? What did I do? I went home from their house early. I didn't stay for dinner. Well, I didn't have any choice. My mom picked me up. But that caused a whole issue at school. This is children's shit. This is shit children do. And we're supposed to all be growing up and getting to the point in our life where we don't do what children do. That's what Paul said. And I hate to always quote the Bible, but there's some good crap in there. That's what Paul said. When I was a child, I spoke as a child. But when I became an adult, I put away childish things. And that's how we're supposed to be. You're not supposed to carry that wounded child all the way into your 50s. You should have dealt with that a long time ago, but the 50s is when you slow down, you start to look at your life. Before that, you're not looking at your life. You're just thinking about how you get this and how you get that and how you do this. But you're not thinking about how do I heal whatever fucking problem I've got that was given to me by parents or by people that were in your life. Uncles, aunts, cousins, it doesn't matter. Teachers in school. Somebody told you a load of bullshit somewhere, and that's how this all goes. Other people, they've just been this way all along. They sat around, their parents bitched about everybody. So when they grew up, they bitched about everybody. And then they say, well, I am what I am because this is what I was taught. Well, there's this thing. You can be taught something and you can unlearn that once you're aware that it's a bunch of shit. I mean, we all voted for Trump, and the smart ones aren't going to do it twice. The stupid ones will continue to do that. They will continue to vote for that man. They will continue to listen to his bullshit that he never fulfills. Right? Well, it's not really a lie. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It's a bald-faced fucking lie. Let's call it what it is. Call a spade what a spade. Oh, that's racist. I better not say spade. Call something whatever something is. See, I can't even talk straight anymore because everybody wants to say that it's racist. I'll tell you what. It's just stupid at this point. People are stuck on stupid. And I hate to have to go here all the time, but this is where I gotta go. This is the things that need to be discussed because I'm constantly running into these problems with people. And if you think these weirdos that are stalking me aren't stalking everybody else, they are. They're watching the family. They're watching what you do. They're watching what other people do. They're seeing what you come from so that they got all this shit that they can sit around and talk about. And that's what it is, shit. Judgments they've made on things that they know nothing about. They're a know-it-all. They're a know-it-all drunk. That's what they are. Know-it-all drunk. They're not going to clean up. They're not going to go to counseling. They're not going to get better. They're going to get worse. Take a look at them. Really. Just look at that person. The alcohol will make them almost skinny, but they got a fat stomach. Why do they have a fat stomach? Because they got all kinds of shit living in their fat tissue from drinking. And they get that little pudgy stomach. But you look at them, the ass is gone. They look like an old, weak man. They're a drunk. That's what that is. Drunk. Is that what you want? I've seen people like that. I came from a family that was full of them. They just drank right up until the day they fucking died, and it's a horrible death. A horrible death to go down for being a drunk. But, you know, people got fucking problems, and that's what the whole thing is. There's always a fucking problem. Anybody that's a drunk has a fucking problem. They got some problem that they need to escape out of life and get drunk every day. Other people got a problem they need to smoke every day. Well, some people just do it for fun. You know, a little relaxation. But even that leads you down a slippery slope. Anyway, it's probably going to be huge, and my data sucks on this phone. Verizon doesn't like it when I upload a lot of videos, so I'm being hindered by Verizon. Eventually, I would like to get Starlink here. If Elon Musk is listening, could you send me a coupon code so I can get the equipment for free? Because the equipment is almost $700, and then you have the first month at about $150 or $120. I mean, that's not terrible, but the equipment charge. Now, you own that equipment, that's great and wonderful. But anyway, that's one thing that I'm sort of looking at. If I had the mobile version of Starlink, I could take it with me, I could travel, I could do whatever with that. And I do intend to do some traveling, but let's shake off all this bullshit first, because I don't need to be out here traveling on a budget when everybody's sitting at home giving me the evil fucking eye. I'm a 57-year-old man. I should be fucking retired. And you're all giving me the evil eye because I'm living a life you aren't living. Well, I didn't choose your choices for you. That's the reality of this little thing. I didn't choose your choices for you. So stop being jealous of mine. Right? It's your fucking fault. I mean, for God's sakes. People don't even realize. They look out at they look at a millionaire out there and they get all fucking jealous. You millionaires suck, man. You know, millionaires. I don't know why we even have millionaires in the earth. They just suck. Everything they do, they're ruining the environment. They got planes in the sky, and they burn more fuel than we do in their SUV. Stop fucking whining about millionaires, and you might become one. You're not gonna hate people and become that. You're not gonna despise people with money and get money. And 9 times out of 10, you haven't done a fucking thing with your life when you're sitting around doing that. You haven't even tried, and you have no idea the bullshit that person went through, losing every single friend they had, multiple wives taking them to court and trying to steal all their money, everybody trying to fuck them over, their kids are fucking them over, their relatives are fucking them over, everybody's fucking them over, and they sit home alone at night and drink expensive scotch. And you're jealous. Anyway, that's been Loving the Dream Friday night. Hope you all enjoyed the little conversation here. Have a great night.